It's me. I do videos sometimes. Before we start, I just wanted to say, you see these wonderful wallpapers behind me? Maybe you do, if the camera focuses on them. Maybe you don't see me, because the camera is focusing on them for the entire video, at which point, I'm sorry. But you can have these lovely wallpapers. All you have to do is become a channel member. I know, it sounds complicated, but it's not. There's a blue button next to the subscribe button, and that's where you become a channel member, and you get wallpapers, and probably some other stuff. I don't know, I'd have to look at it. Also, I'm going to be reopening my Patreon after I've reworked it a bit. It might even be open. It's probably already open by the time this video goes out, at which point you can just go straight to the link in the description, and click it, and become a patron. A Patreon? You're not becoming a Patreon, but you're becoming a patron without the E. I don't want to mislead you into think you'll become a corporate company, because you probably won't. I don't see that happening just because you become my patron. But you will also get wallpaper, as well as your name in the Discord being a different colour because you're a patron. If you link your Discord to Patreon, you'll get that too. And you know, YouTube people, channel people, they don't get that either. They don't get that. That's not a thing. And that's not because I don't like them. It's because Google haven't made that a thing I can do. If they do, they'll just. You want the video? Let's do the video. It's my birthday, or it's not actually. It's in 5 days' time. But point is, it will be by the time you're watching this. I hope. Otherwise, the whole birthday AMA thing is a little bit lost. So a couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys to send me in some questions for an AMA video, and you did. We've got questions. I've got some questions on my laptop. I hadn't planned this intro at all, so just gonna start with the questions. Yeah. So Kralik asks, when did you start learning Source Filmmaker? I suppose that would begin summer of 2015. I think like June, July of 2015. Because my first video, I remember very clearly, complete load of crap. It's called Unforeseen Kindness. I'll probably flash it up on the screen. Don't recommend going and watching it. It's really, really bad. Shocking. Painfully bad. I think I've improved a bit from then. I think I'm a little bit better. Space Ninja 116 asks, what are your favourite TV shows and what's your favourite core from Meet the Cores? My favourite TV shows would be Doctor Who, Breaking Bad, Lucifer, Fairy Tail, Assassination Classroom, Better Call Saul, probably the IT Crowd, and my favourite core from Meet the Cores is definitely Chuck. Now I'm not even going to try and pronounce this one, but they ask, are you really interested to make animations? What is your actual job? So I'm currently studying film production, specialising in cinematography. Hope that answers your question. I don't have a job, unemployed. I'm part of the problem. Steampunk Killer asks, what do you use to edit your videos? That would be Premiere Pro for editing, and After Effects for visual effects and stuff like that. Basic Bruh asks, why do we all have to wear these ridiculous ties?
Oh, you want to know why? I'll tell you why. It's symbolic. The management wants you to know that you're their dog, so you're wearing their leash.
A lad asks, what's your favourite colour? That would be orange. Either orange or the red in my logo. One of those two, probably orange. I like orange. And not because of Half-Life, I've always liked orange. Armin B asks, what are your thoughts on Team Fortress 2? I don't want to lose all my viewers and my subscribers, because I work hard to get them, but like I'm okay with the fact that it's like dying now. I'm alright with that. Like, you know, it's been over a decade, and the game's getting on. I think, like, I enjoy Team Fortress 2, and I enjoyed it a lot when I was younger. I play it a lot, but you know, it's old. I mean, as long as the servers are up for people to still play who want to play, I'm okay with there not being any new content. obviously, if other people want content, then it'd be nice if they could have it, if it made them happy. But I'm not seeing myself going back and playing TF2 much anymore. Epic Brony Gamer asks, are you still working on the Aperture Tour? Also, when are you going to make more Portal animations in general? So, for your first question, the Aperture Tour, I'd never want to say something's cancelled, because I am changeable and will go back to it at a moment's notice. For example, Prometheus, which came out January of this year, it was cancelled and restarted about 4 times in the space of a year and a half. I started it back in I started it before Stay With Me, so that's a while ago. I started it. When was that? It must have been the summer of 2018, and it didn't come out until January 2020. And what you got is nothing like what it originally looked like. So I never want to say it's cancelled, but it is definitely indefinitely on hold. After releasing the trailer, got more of a response than I thought I would. People wanted to see it more than I thought people would, which kind of scared me a bit. And I didn't think what I was making at the time was good enough for what they wanted. But I also didn't have the heart to start again, so it just kind of stopped. So yeah, indefinitely on hold is where I'd put that. Your second question, do I plan on continuing Portal animations? Yep. Probably going to butcher this name, but Darko Milicevic asks, thoughts on Half-Life Alyx's story and how there could be a Half-Life 3 in development. I mean, that's pretty good news, isn't it? That's pretty good. Not going to lie, quite chuffed about that. I didn't think that the last 10 seconds of a game could change my perspective on a series so much, but yeah, I think it's Valve all but officially confirmed Half-Life 3 at this point. Like, we're pretty much gonna get it. I mean, assuming they don't, go back into the wilderness as mentioned in the final hours of Half-Life Alyx. Assuming that doesn't happen, which COVID hasn't helped, but assuming that doesn't happen, assuming Valve now continue on this upward trend, I think we're pretty much going to get Half-Life 3, and that is awesome. I can't wait to see what Valve does next. They've proven with Half-Life Alyx they still have that magic that means that they can make incredible games, and sure, it has its flaws, and I'm often on Twitter I do mention the flaws of Half-Life Alyx, because it does have some, like that UI. Not a huge fan of its UI, but it's hard to ignore how incredible a game it is, and I don't mind any of the comments I have on the things I dislike to negate the fact that I really love Half-Life Alyx. So I think it's great that we're getting Half-Life 3. I've got 2 similar questions here. We've got Honza, who asked who/what got you into the Half-Life franchise, and Validator, who asks, at what age did you first experience any type of Half-Life content? So I'm going to answer these both together. So probably back in about 2010. So I would have been 9 or 10. I played Portal for the first time. I went to my friend's house. He had an Xbox 360 and the orange box, and I played Portal, and I was like, This is what video games can be. This is a wow. And so at that point, I was set on getting Portal and playing through it all at some point. Of course, there's no Portal 2 at this point, and I wasn't smart enough to it had been announced. I think 2010. I think it had been announced by 2020 by 2010. So but I didn't look. I was just like, okay, this is a game I need to play. 2012. Finally, I know I'm getting an Xbox 360. I'm excited, and I'm googling everything Portal. Of course, Portal 2 is now out, so I'm looking at everything Portal. Portal's great. I'm Portal mad. All right, and I also discover Half-Life, because Half-Life Portal set in the same universe. And I look at some Half-Life stuff, look at Half-Life 2, and I'm like, well, this looks pretty good too. Let's play that. Of course, Xbox 360, I'm going to get the orange box, so I'm going to be able to play Half-Life 2 and its episodes, as well as Portal and Team Fortress 2, which no one plays on console. But I'm like, well, I haven't played Half-Life 1. Don't know if I need to do that, but I'm going to, because this looks awesome. I was blown away by Half-Life. So I went and bought a PlayStation 2, a cheap one, because it's 2012, they're cheap, and I bought Half-Life for the PlayStation 2, and I played through Half-Life on the PS2, and I was like, well, this is just pretty cool, isn't it? This is cool. And then I got the Orange Box on my 360 in 2013, and I played Half-Life 2 and its episodes, and I was blown away. It was the best graphically. It was the best game I'd ever played at that time, because I grew up with the Wii, and that was it. Like pre 2011, I only had a Wii. That was it, and a ZSI, and a PlayStation 1 and a Game Boy, but nothing current. I had no current gen consoles. I mean, the Wii was technically current gen until the Wii U came out, so at the time it was current gen, but you know, it's not the most graphically capable system. So my mind was completely blown at these graphics, at the water. It was great, and I loved it. I fell in love immediately. In 2014, I then got my first laptop, and I, replayed it all. I got the Valve Complete Pack at a summer sale for like £34. I played through every Valve game, including Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 with KFO, and it was a great time. And that's where my love for Valve like really took hold. But that's where it started. I was about 9 or 10. Played Portal around a friend's house. Shut up, phone. No one's talking to you. I'm sorry, that was mean. Hooved Millipede asks, which one of your videos are you most proud of? That would probably be The Vault. Not the upcoming Vault movie, although that does include, The Vault. But The Vault, I think, is not my best animation, but it's the coolest, isn't it? It's pretty cool. I think visually, it's the best to look at. I really like what I did with some of the cinematography. Like, I don't want to ever blow my own trumpet or anything, but I really like that video. I don't watch my own videos because I work on them for so long I'm sick of them, but I do rewatch that one from time to time because I do still enjoy looking at it. Flamingartsia asks, are you planning to make original Half-Life Alyx animations after you finish recreating the game scenes? If so, can you say anything about them? Yes, I am. No, I can't. Honza asks, what is your favourite food, and what is the origin of your name? Favourite food? Dunno. I like lots of food. Although my default answer is usually like a good cheeseburger. I do like a good cheeseburger, But I don't really have a favourite food. Origin of my name, though. Okay, well, basically half. I'm sure you can guess where the half comes from. It's from this famous game called Halo. Alright, so the half is obviously from Half-Life. And the peeps is from my username, peeps4321, which is what it was for a long time. The channel wasn't originally called Half Peeps. And it wasn't called peeps4321 either. It was called Astro Channels and then Astro Channels Network. Kaputnik asks, where are you from and what VR headset do you use? I'm from good old rainy UK. It's not actually raining right now, it's been quite hot today, so, well, hot for the UK. But it's it rains a lot, so you get where I was going with that. And the headset I use is the Valve Index. I've got here my trusty Index, which I like. I've had to send it back 3 times, but I like it a lot, and it's okay. It's okay. You're very breakable. I mean, like not by my fault. You just break. That's your fault, really. But you haven't broken on me yet, so that's okay. Don't you even think about it. Captain Superb asks, what's your favourite Half-Life fan theory? Now, I didn't leave myself any notes for this one. Just got a blank screen with the question on it, because I don't have one, really. Especially since Half-Life Alyx kind of, redid a lot of lore. Yeah, sorry, I don't actually have an answer for that question. I don't have a favourite fan theory. Sergeant Davido asks, where's my biscuit payment for the bodyguarding? I'm expecting interest on this installation. Right, well, you can have your biscuits when I get all 5 episodes written up in script form and posted directly to me, like I asked, almost a year ago. Pick Carrot asks, what's your favourite Portal game? There's 3 Portal game. There's 3. Portal, Portal 2 and Portal Bridge Construction. To start with, I don't count Bridge Constructor Portal as a Portal game. It's a Bridge Constructor game with a Portal skin on it. That's kind of like saying Minecraft's a Portal game if you put a Portal texture back on it. So I'm just going to do Portal or Portal 2. I love both of them. I think they're both incredible games. I prefer Portal, the first one, because of the darker ambience. I think the humour on it is perfect. I think it's just the perfect game. I cannot find a fault with that game. I think it's the perfect length. It's short and sweet. It's funny. It's dark. It's creepy. I love the game. Portal 2, I also love, but for different reasons. I think the story is great. I love the soundtrack to Portal 2. I think I love the way that it sounds like Portal. You hear the Portal soundtrack, it sounds like Portal. It's like you can hear the panels or the spheres. It's great. I think it has great storytelling throughout the game, and I love that you see episodes through the years. I love Portal 2 and I love Portal. I love both their soundtracks. Portal 1 soundtrack is like ambient, creepy. Portal 2 soundtrack it just sounds like Portal 2. It's great. I love it. I listen to both of them all the time. So it's really hard to pick a favourite because I words can't describe how much I love both those games, but I think Portal just edges it with the creepy atmosphere that I wish Portal 2 had. Not that I would change Portal 2. I wouldn't change anything about Portal 2. I think it's got the perfect ending. I love the plot twist. I love the level design. I love everything about it. I just prefer Portal 1. Daniel 55555D asks, what sort of things would you want to see added to Source 2 Filmmaker or Source 2 in general? Now, for Source 2 Filmmaker, I would like to see it finished. Thank you. The two things I really want specifically, though, is updates for obviously I want updates to the tools, but I want the porting tools to port from Source 1 to Source 2, and I really want a damn water shader so we can make oceans. Even if you just port the Source 1 water shader, it looks better than the hacking together we're trying to put together at the moment for maps. I just want a water shader, please. You've done so well with liquids in bottles, just give us a water shader. The Wicked asks, what is your favourite scene in the Half-Life series? Also, if you have one, what is your favourite TV series? Well, I answered to the one about my favourite TV series at the beginning of the video, but favourite Half-Life scenes? I've got two. One would be the mine shaft in episode 2, the big like the mine tunnel, like the big round, you know the one, Vortal Combat. There you go, now you know what it is. I love that scene. I love fighting with the Vorts. You get to see the real power the Vorts have in combat. It's great. I love that. I love Vortal Combat. I love episode 2. I love that scene. And also the Vault, because the Vault kind of just blew my mind. You've gone through such like Half-Life Alyx is paced one way, alright? It has good fast sections, good slow sections, but it all kind of makes sense. And then you enter the Vault, and everything is flipped on its head, quite literally. Yeah, I love the Vault, which is why I made a video called The Vault, and it's also my favourite video that I've made. But yeah, so those are my two scenes, the Vortal Combat scene and the Vault. Meeples asks, if you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be? Now, my favourite movie is The Matrix. But I don't think I'd want to get stuck with The Matrix for the rest of my life. This is a really hard question, because it's not something I'd actually ever... I never want to get stuck with a movie for the rest of my life. But if I did, I always default to Interstellar, I think. Because it's got both the really cool space section and then the really cool not space section. Yeah, I don't really have any reasoning for it, just probably Interstellar. Herobrine24 says...
Do you still say there's nothing to chaos theory?
Daniel 5555D also says, Source 3, when? That is the question. And that is it. I think I got through most if not all of the questions that were asked, I think. I hope so. If your question wasn't asked, I'm really sorry. But I think I got through all of them. Okay, I'm back real quick. Sorry for the bad audio, going off camera audio now because I don't want to set everything up again. But I did miss a question. I missed a question by Sepco. Sepco asks, how do you find Source 2 compared to Source 1? It's great, but it's still Source Filmmaker, still buggy as hell and annoying to use. But it's fun. It's still fun. Also the lighting's a lot better. And he also asks, do you recommend any SFM animation channels? Now I see what you did there, Sepco. I see what you did. Yes, I do. I recommend Sepco and Validator. There are also others. If you check my Discord server, you should join that, by the way. The fact you might not be in my Discord server right now, and that just makes me sick, honestly, so you should join. But But for those of you who are in, and if you're not in, join and you'll see that there's lots of animators on there, and I recommend any one of them. But the spring to mind instantly is definitely Setco and Validator. I'll put both their channel links in the description. And also I think there's a video coming up inspired by one of Setco's videos. I don't think he knows about that. It's probably the first time he's hearing about that. You're welcome. But yeah, they're in the description. Go check them out. They're really, really awesome YouTubers who do source filmmaker stuff. Also, I think me and Validator are going to be collabing at some point in the future. I don't know. I'm lazy. We'll work it out. But thank you for watching. Also, because I haven't said it in person, thanks for 1,000 subscribers and 5,000 subscribers, because that's insane. Beginning of the year I had 500 subscribers, and I've got a bit more than that now, so thanks for that. That's incredible. And thank you for watching. Thank you for asking the questions. I hope my answers were to your satisfaction, and look forward to the Vault movie. 10 days.